So the budget truly wireless space is heating up, and how in India. After the launch of the Realme Buds Air last year, which was actually a feature-packed and value for money product, we now have the Realme Buds Air Neo. This one is even more affordable, but of course with more stripped down features. And let's not forget the Mi Truly Wireless 2 earphones, which is Xiaomi's first foray into the truly wireless space in our country. Hi, I'm Ashar from Mr. Phone, and in this video I'm going to take an in-depth look and comparison of these three products and find out which one you should buy. And considering I haven't done an individual review of the Realme Buds Air Neo or the Mi Truly Wireless 2, you can consider this video as reviews of these products as well. What are we waiting for? Let's get started. But before we move on, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it to get notified whenever Mr. Phone puts out an awesome new tech video. Also, we're building communities over at Telegram and Instagram, links to which should be in the description below. When you look at the design, all the three take a page out of Apple AirPods design language. Essentially, you get the earpods and the stem form factor. However, Realme's products look deceivingly similar to the AirPods. The Mi TWS2, on the other hand, has a thicker, longer matte plastic stem with earpods getting a neck of its own. You can see that right now. To be honest, I prefer the glossy plastic design of the Buds Air and the Buds Air Neo to the matte plastic design of the Mi TWS2. When it comes to the case, the Realme Buds Air and the Buds Air Neo have a smaller, more comfortable case. I prefer it to the stockier case of the Mi TWS2. Both the cases are easy to open with one hand and offer a satisfying click when the lid is closed shut. But I like the breathing LED light on the Realme Buds Air's case. It looks pretty classy. But Realme has apparently taken user feedback from people who were confused by the breathing LED indicator and actually added a proper LED indicator, which is something that you find on the Mi Truly Wireless 2 as well. Moving on, the Mi Truly Wireless 2's case gives enough space for the earbuds and it is easier to pull it out of the case. That's possibly why it is stockier. And that was my problem with the Realme Buds Air when I reviewed it initially. The earbuds are too close to each other for you to take it out easily. Now, the other downside of the Buds Air Neo is that USB Type-C charging is gone and you only get micro USB now. This doesn't matter for most people, but it is 2020 and USB Type-C is pretty much standard now. Also, you don't get the IPX4 rating that is available on the Realme Buds Air and the Mi TWS2. You don't get the rating on the Realme Buds Air Neo. Anyway, overall design wise, the Buds Air and the Buds Air Neo is more visually appealing despite being a near copy of the AirPods, or maybe because it is a copy of the AirPods. Also, you get more color options. I absolutely adore this green color Buds Air Neo. I definitely go for these when they go on sale. Now, I really don't mind the design of the TWS2's case either, and I really like the fact that you can actually take it out of the case very easily. Now, that's one definite advantage of owning a Mi TWS2. Now, all the three earphones are of the earbud style, and honestly, I found all of them to be equally comfortable for long listening sessions. They don't really fall off your ears during light exercises, but if you run with them, take it in writing that the right one will fall off first. So when it comes to comfort and fit, I would give these a 4 out of 5, 1 point docked for slightly loose fit. Now, when it comes to controlling the earbuds, I'm surprised how some really premium features have trickled down to these budget earphones. With the Buds Air and the Mi TWS2, you get wear detection using a dedicated sensor. What this means is that music can play and pause when you place it in your ears or take it off. So one of the earbuds is in my ear right now and one is in my hand right now. So this is currently paused, and when I put it back in my ears, and you'll see that once I start playing, this is paused and this is play back again. This is pause and this is play back again. So yeah, it's as simple as that. Now, the Mi TWS2, however, has lower latency and pauses the music quickly compared to the Buds Air. Now, the R1 chip inside the Buds Air is a little more conservative, and I'll show it to you guys that it takes a little bit more time to sort of pause music. Now, both the earbuds on the Realme Buds Air are in my ears right now. So I'm just taking it out of my ears right now, and you'll see that it is paused and it plays back again. But of course, you can see a little bit of a lag. See, there you go. I have to bring it up here and then it sort of, pauses the music, get it back up again, starts playing. And when I get it back like this, and then it pauses. Unfortunately though, you don't get wear detection on the Realme Buds Air Neo, so you're not going to get any of those cool control features. Now these earphones obviously come with touch controls as well. On the Mi TWS2 you can actually double tap the right ear to change the song and the left ear to invoke Google Assistant. I will just demonstrate that for you guys on camera. I will show that on the phone. These will go into my ears right now. So now I'm going to be double tapping to pause music, and you can see that the pause button has actually switched on, and now I'll be double tapping again to play music. There you go. Alright, so now I'm pausing it, and now I'm double tapping the left earbud, and you will see that Google Assistant open up. So it was as simple as that on the Mi TWS2. Now while that was a demo of the touch controls on the Mi Truly Wireless 2, I'm going to be showing you what happens when you use touch controls on the Buds Air and the Buds Air Neo. You actually get 3 different levels: tap twice, tap 3 times, and long press for 1 second. Now most importantly, you can configure every single one of these tap commands to do either play, pause, next, previous track, launch voice assistant, or turn it off. And you can configure it individually for the left and the right earbud. So you can see that by default, tap twice on the left is play, pause, and on the right is also play, pause. So I'm going to be tapping twice right now to show you guys what happens. There you go, it paused and it started playing again. It paused. There you go, you'll see that on your screen right now, and it started playing again. It's as simple as that. And you will see that long pressing for 1 second will launch the voice assistant. So I'm going to be doing that right now. So I'll just long press for a second. And there you go, long pressing actually brought up the voice assistant. It's as simple as that, but you can configure it, so that's really nice on the Buds Air and the Buds Air Neo. So overall, I'd pick the Realme Buds Air as the winner for including both wear detection and Realme Link for allowing customization of touch controls. All the 3 earphones connect using Bluetooth 5.0 to any device. Realme offers Google's Fast Pair solution, which you can see right now on the screen, and for connecting to Android phones, which means that a card pops up whenever you have Bluetooth on and you flip open the lid of the Buds Air or the Buds Air Neo. Now Xiaomi has a pop-up card based integration on its own devices, but it's more feature rich, just like the AirPods when they connect to an iPhone. So you can see the battery level of each earpod and the case. I really like this additional data metric, but it is a pity that it isn't available for all other Android phones. Now when it comes to gaming, you get a special gaming mode on the Buds Air and the Buds Air Neo. Switching to this mode reduces the latency to 119.2 ms. This is still not great for gaming, but it works. You don't get low latency gaming on the Mi Truly Wireless 2 though. Having said that, the latency is pretty low when I connected it to the Mi 10, and gaming was pretty fun as well. Although the Realme Buds Air and the Buds Air Neo definitely have a competitive advantage. Having said that, 119.2 ms is still not very low, so if you are actually a serious gamer, I would suggest that you use a pair of wired earphones. When it comes to sound, here's a tech spec that you need to know. The Realme Buds Air Neo has a couple of 13mm dynamic drivers. The Buds Air has 12mm units, and the Mi TWS2 has a pair of 14.2mm drivers inside both ears. However, always remember this, that driver size doesn't matter and only the sound tuning does. As for the codec support, all 3 earphones can do AAC, which is advanced audio coding, but the Mi Truly Wireless 2 can also do LHDC on phones that support it. LHDC is a high resolution codec that is as good as LDAC. These two are possibly the best Bluetooth codecs for the lowest compression and highest bitrate. But there is a problem. I tried the earphones with the Mi 10 and the Bluetooth connection kept skipping. Even if I played offline files, it is ridiculous how bad it is. And that's a pity, because the Mi Truly Wireless 2's trump card is the LHDC support, because it shines with a tight bass response, open and airy sound signature, and clear mids. The treble is pretty underwhelming though, and it doesn't rise. So the sound signature on the Mi Truly Wireless 2 is bass centric and warm. Thankfully, the bass decay isn't too bad in well produced songs like Lose Yourself to Dance by Daft Punk, and of course Titanium by David Guetta. In comparison to the Buds Air and the Buds Air Neo, the Mi TWS2 has the tightest mid bass and cleanest sub bass, but only when the LHDC codec works fine. With AAC on, the bass response takes a hit and it becomes bloated, and so does the airy soundstage, which is actually present on the LHDC codec. I prefer the Mi TWS2 for listening to classical and jazz music like the one that you see out here. Not that it is great or anything, but it is better than the other two, which are clearly meant for modern day EDM, pop and hip hop songs. That's because the clarity and detail resolution is much better on the Mi TWS2, again with the caveat with LHDC on and very few devices actually supporting it. Now the common problem with all the three earphones is they sound muddy in tracks that are crowded with multiple instruments. In the penultimate section of one of my favorite test tracks, Do I Wanna Know by Arctic Monkeys, all the three earphones struggle with imaging. Tonality and dynamics is where budget TWS earphones like these take a hit and you cannot expect much. In fact, you can get way better wired earphones which cost around the 5,000 mark, sometimes even 3,000, 4,000. For example, there's the Tin Audio T2 or the Tin Audio T3 and FIO's options as well. Quite a few out there that sound way better when it comes to tonality and dynamics. Now another common issue is that all the three earbuds are bad when it comes to isolation. If there is external noise in your environment, it is going to creep into your ears. That's the problem with the earbud style, and if you want better passive isolation, you would have to opt for a pair of in-ear style truly wireless earbuds. Now talking individually about the Buds Air Neo's sound signature, it has more body in the bass, but the bloated kind. The Buds Air is definitely more refined overall also, not just with bass but with mids and trebles as well. So overall my favorite sound signature of the three would be the Mi TWS2, but only when LHDC works fine, and that is rare. The Realme Buds Air continues to sound great with its musical U-shaped signature, and with AAC on when you don't have LHDC on the Mi Truly Wireless 2. Surprisingly, the Buds Air has a more refined sound compared to the TWS2. Therefore, for most users, the Buds Air is going to be the better of the two. And when it comes to the Buds Air Neo, all you get is bass and the other frequencies are thwarted. One of the main reasons why a lot of people buy these kind of earbuds with a stem is because it can be used for making calls, and it's better for making calls because the mic is closer to your mouth. On the Buds Air Neo, you get only a single mic with environmental noise cancellation or ENC. That's where Realme has taken a cut. And on the Buds Air and the TWS2, you get two mics, but it is the Realme Buds Air that has the best call quality of the three. I tested it out extensively, and across a wide variety of calling scenarios, the Buds Air always sounded better. The Mi TWS2 comes in second and the Buds Air Neo comes in last owing to only the single mic. What I'll do to actually prove this is share a link with the call recordings of all these three, and you will realize that the Buds Air is actually better than the Mi TWS2, and which is actually better than the Buds Air Neo. So overall call quality wise, the Buds Air wins. I tested the battery life on all the three, and Realme is clearly conservative when it comes to battery life claims. The company claims that you can get 3 hours of battery life at around 70 to 80% volume on both the Buds Air and the Buds Air Neo. I got around 3 hours and 2 minutes of battery life on the Realme Buds Air in my testing, and that keeps changing. And of course I got 3 hours and 12 minutes on the Buds Air Neo. On the Mi TWS2, I got a much better battery life of around 3 hours and 47 minutes, which is slightly lower than the claimed 4-hour battery life. The case on the Buds Air and the Buds Air Neo can hold 17 hours of charge, which means you can charge it at least 5 times over. On the Mi TWS2, you get around 14 hours of charge, which means you can charge it 3 times over. Anyway, battery life wise, I think the Mi TWS2 offers you slightly more time before you need to charge the case or the buds. However, the Buds Air makes up for that loss with wireless charging support. Not that many people will use it, but it is definitely a point in the favor of the Buds Air. Now when you look at a fine balance of features and sound, the Realme Buds Air comes out on top as my pick for the best earbuds between these three options. With its excellent set of features, best call quality, lowest gaming latency, and a sound signature that is definitely more refined than the Realme Buds Air Neo, the Realme Buds Air has a lot going for it. And at rupees 3,999, these are excellent value for money period. So the Buds Air Neo are a great alternative for somebody who's looking for an affordable option compared to the Realme Buds Air, and of course prefers a more bass heavy sound. Now these earphones are available for rupees 2,999, and that's rupees 1,000 lower than the Realme Buds Air. And for that you actually miss out on a few features, which is essentially stuff like wear detection, IPX4 rating, wireless charging, and you get the micro USB charging instead of USB Type-C. Having said that, they're still worth it, and for a pair of earphones under rupees 3,000, they completely are power packed with features, and possibly the best I have tested till now. Obviously there could be better options out there. Now when we are coming to the Mi Truly Wireless 2, I really like the fact that you get a high resolution LHDC codec support, and the sound quality with LHDC when it works is actually open, airy, and possibly the best sounding of all the three. Having said that, like I mentioned before, LHDC comes with its own set of problems, is that it is only supported by a few phones made by Xiaomi and Huawei, and also there are frequent connection drops that keep happening on the LHDC codec. So there are a lot of limitations with using high-res on the Mi Truly Wireless 2. Moreover, the Mi Truly Wireless 2 is the most expensive of these three at rupees 4,499, and apart from that, the quick pair feature works only with Xiaomi phones. We've always had a problem with Apple for having a closed ecosystem, and in this scenario I think Xiaomi needs to be called out as well. I really wish that it came with support for Google's fast pair feature and not a proprietary feature like it does with the Mi TWS2 and Xiaomi's very own phones. So that concludes my in-depth comparison of these three earphones. I hope you guys liked it. Do let me know in the comment section below which one you guys are picking up. And as for me, I think that the Buds Air is still the best option under 5,000 when you're comparing these three earphones. Until next time, this is Ashar from Mr. Phone signing off. Goodbye and Godspeed, my friends.